Hello everyone, namaste. Welcome to today's practice of yoga designed to support the fourth chakra. My name is Dorian. I'm very happy to be here with everybody. For today's practice, the suggested props are going to be 2 yoga blocks and a yoga blanket. And if you don't have yoga blocks or a yoga blanket, it's perfectly okay to use whatever it is that you have in your space that you can use to support the weight of your body. For anybody who is unfamiliar with the chakra system, chakras are a part of the energetic body, which runs parallel to the physical body. And in our yoga practice, we use tools like energy and chakras in order to create lasting positive changes in the physical body and also in our mental state. The fourth chakra is known as the anahata, which means unstruck sound in Sanskrit. And the place of the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, is the place of the heart. But not just the front of the chest, also the back of the heart space, the shoulders, the upper arms, the forearms, the wrists, all the way to the palms and the fingers, all consider a part of the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is associated with compassion, generosity, giving and receiving, and our connection to other beings. To support this chakra practice, we are going to find our way into a seat on the ground, and we're going to use a mudra, or energetic hand symbol, known as lotus mudra. So you can go ahead and find your way down to the earth, coming into any seat that feels appropriate. And then in order to find your way into your lotus mudra, take the heels of your hands together, connect the pads of your pinky fingers and the pads of your thumbs, and then hold that shape upright, allow it to look like a flower that is blooming. And you're going to take your lotus mudra and you're going to take it right to the space of the heart. The reason we're using lotus mudra is the way that a flower opens beautifully and powerfully is the way that we want our hearts to open within this practice. Dropping your shoulders down away from your ears, softening your gaze or closing your eyes completely. Start to just focus on the movement of your breath. Noticing your inhales, noticing your exhales. And just allow yourself to be in this present moment. Begin to allow the awareness of your breath to pass directly into the space of your heart, so that with an inhale, you can feel the heart expanding and growing stronger. Allowing this heart-centered breath to help ground you in your intention to open the heart or strengthen the heart. As you think about all the things that you do with both your emotional heart and your physical body in order to further love, compassion, generosity, and connection to other beings. Taking a few more breaths here in your stillness into the space of the heart. And then to find our way forward with some resonance, the bija mantra, or seed sound of the heart chakra, is the sound of yam. Taking your hands directly onto the space of the heart and taking a full breath in for the sound of yam. Full inhales. Yam. Really beautiful work, everybody, so far. Floating your eyelids open if the eyes are closed. We're going to take our arms into a cactus shape. So broadening your shoulders and broadening your elbows and front body. Keeping the elbows lifted to the height of the shoulders, open your palms really wide. And then try to draw your shoulder blades and elbows together towards the back of your heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, press your palms and forearms together in front of your heart space. Use an inhale to broaden the elbows, open the chest, open the heart forward. Exhale, press your palms, forearms, elbows together in front of you. And just find that motion a few times in your own bodies, moving at the pace of your breath to open the space of the heart in front, and then to open the space of the heart in the back of your body. Allowing this to feel like a moving meditation and an opportunity to create space both in the front and in the back of your body. Good, everyone. A few more times, opening and closing. Good, one more time, opening the elbows wide. And then exhaling and pressing together. Good work, everybody. Use the next inhale to rise your hands to a prayer above your head, lengthening your rib cage up away from your waist and lifting the shoulders by your ears. As you exhale, once again, make a cactus shape, but this time emphasize drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. So press down. Good. Inhale, rise the prayer high to the sky above, like you're stretching your hearts upwards. Exhale, make the cactus shape, dropping the shoulders down. Just like our last exercise, inhaling and exhaling at the pace that feels appropriate to you, and just creating space in the upper back, moving the shoulders, allowing the joints to find their way into their full range of motion. Good, everybody. One more time. Inhale, rise a prayer high above your head. Exhale to come back into that cactus shape. Good. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your wrists. We're going to find our way into a hands and knees pose. So either rolling forward over crossed shins or swinging your legs around behind you. Take the palms to the ground underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and then start to find your way into rounds of cat and cow breathing. Let the inhale allow your chest to move forward almost between your shoulder blades, or almost between your shoulders in front. And then as you exhale, press your palms round your back and separate your shoulders in the back body, allowing your heart to rise towards the sky. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, lifting your gaze. Exhaling to round into yourselves. Breathing in and out of cat and cow, creating space once again in the front and back of the heart. And deepening your awareness of your breathing. Good, everybody. Coming into a standard hands and knees pose, not cat, not cow, just you. And then as you exhale, send your hips back towards your heels, coming into a child's pose shape. Extending your fingers forwards towards the front of the space, drop your head down towards the ground. And then reach your fingers a little farther forwards towards the front. Come onto tented fingers, lifting the heels of your hands away from the ground and stretching your hips back away from your fingertips. So this should feel like a nice shoulder stretch in the back body. Staying for a big breath in, a big breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. In your child's pose, walk your hands over towards the right side of the space. And just imagine you can only breathe into one lung at a time. Take a big breath into your left lung. And a big breath out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the space of the heart expand, breathe in and breathe out. Good. Start to walk your hands over towards the left side of your mat. Now imagine you can only breathe into your right lung. Take a big breath in, a big breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Walk your hands forwards towards the front of your mat. Using an inhale, come back to hands and knees pose. As you exhale, tuck the toes underneath and rise your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. To make down dog more about the heart chakra, really focus on lengthening your arms, so press the pads of your fingers and the heels of your hands down. And then stretch your shoulders away from your ears, so lengthen your upper back body. Once the upper back body feels nice and securely lengthened, you might add some motion into the legs, pedaling your heels towards the ground and shifting your body's weight from side to side. Making sure that the neck has mobility by shaking your head no and nodding your head yes. And then eventually settling into a down dog stillness. Take a big inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth, ah. Carefully begin to walk forwards towards the top of the mat. Take as much time as you need and keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Whenever it is that you reach the top of your mat, separate your feet hips distance. Hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand and just sway your bodies from side to side. Let the elbows get heavy down towards the ground to help lengthen your lower back body. Take a big breath in through the nose. Flutter your lips out. Keep swaying from side to side, but switch the crossings of your arms so the opposite forearm is in front. Again, take a full breath in through the nose. Flutter out the lips. Releasing your arms down towards the ground, shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Keeping your knees soft, begin to roll your body all the way up to a stand. Taking the time to build the full length of your spine as you roll your body all the way upright. And then once your skull is resting on top of your pelvis, roll the shoulders up, back, and down away from your ears. Spiral the palms forwards towards the front of the space, coming into your mountain pose stance. And then take a moment with the eyes closed or gaze soft to feel the rooted energy of the earth, helping to lift the crown of your head towards the sky. Using a next inhale, sweeping the arms out and up to find a prayer above your head, high prayer shape. As you exhale, come back to mountain pose, arms drop by your sides. Again, sweeping the arms out and up to form a prayer above your head. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by your sides. Good. Last time, rise your hands high to a prayer above your head. Exhale to mountain pose. Extend your arms wide towards the right and left sides of your space. Open your palms broadly. And then keep your right palm facing forward. Spiral your left hand so that it points towards the wall behind you. And then switch your hands. And switch your hands. Switching from side to side, feeling the rotation of the upper arm bone in the shoulder joint. And as you rotate, just noticing any places that might feel stuck or tight or stiff, but also places in those joints that feel really fluid and open. Keep reaching the fingers wide as you rotate so that the shoulders are really beginning to open. And then allow both palms to flip up towards the sky. Last time, rise the hands high to a prayer above. Big breath in. As you exhale, take a forward fold all the way down to the ground. Soften your knees. Hands come to your shins. Take a half lift to lengthen your spine, reaching your head forward and seat back. And then exhale to forward fold all the way down. Soften both of your knees. Step your left foot back to a lunge shape. Looking forwards towards the front of the space, take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Lower your left knee down to the ground, untuck your left toes, and then press into both of your feet to rise your arms high to the sky above your head, crescent lunge shape. Lift your shoulders above your knees, or rather above your hips. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. One more time here, breathing as you rise your arms above to the ceiling. As you exhale, find that cactus shape, open the chest. Inhale, rise the hands up. Exhale, cactus shape. One more time, rise your hands high to a prayer. As you exhale, lower your right hand to the earth or to a block off to the right side of your body, taking a side bend over towards the right. Lifting your gaze up underneath your left arm, full breath in, and full breath out. Start to make some circles with your left arm, circling around in one direction. And then switching directions, circling in the opposite way, just creating space in that left shoulder joint. Good. Use an inhale to rise your body back upright. Take a prayer above your head. As you exhale, float the palms down to the ground, frame your front foot. Tuck the left toes and lift your left knee. Taking a twist, reaching your right arm up to the sky, stacking the shoulders. Press back through the left heel, big breath in. As you exhale, right hand comes down to your mat. Step forward to the top. Hands to shins, take a half lift to lengthen your spine. Exhale to forward fold. High prayer, rising all the way up, connecting your palms above your head. As you exhale, forward fold all the way down to your mats. Soften your knees and step your right foot back to a lunge. Looking forwards to the front, take a big breath in and a big breath out. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Untuck the right toes. Press into both of your feet as you rise your arms to the sky above your head. Feel the lift of the chest, opening in the front body. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, cactus shape. Inhale, rise a prayer. Exhale, cactus shape. Inhale, rise a prayer. As you exhale, left hand comes to the earth off to the left side of your mat, side bending towards the left and reaching your right arm over your right ear. Lifting the gaze up underneath that right arm, big breath in, and big breath out. Start to make your circles around in one direction. Keep breathing. And then make your circles in the opposite direction. Good, everybody. Inhale to rise your bodies back upright. Prayer to the sky above your head. As you exhale, float the palms down to the ground, frame your front foot. Tucking your right toes and lifting your right knee. Come to a twist. Left arm rises up to the sky. Stack the shoulders. Press back through your right heel. Big breath in. Exhale the left hand down to your mat and step forward. Take a half lift to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. High prayer, rise your bodies all the way up. Exhale to forward fold all the way down. Hands are going to come down to your mat, stepping back to a downward facing dog. And then using an inhale, step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Lower your back heel down to the ground. We're coming up for a warrior two shape. So the left arm is going to reach back, the right arm is going to reach forward. This is an opportunity to really open up the space of the chest, Reaching the right fingers towards the front, reaching the left fingers back, so that there's tension or opposition between the fingers reaching in opposite directions. Find a soft bend in your right knee. Try to lengthen your left leg and float the gaze towards the front of the space. Staying for a heart-opening breath in, and an exhale out. Breathing in, and breathing out. One more time, full breath in, and full breath out. Using an inhale, lengthen your right leg. Triangle pose. Reach your right fingers forwards towards the front, and then take your right hand onto your right shin or to a block as you lift your left arm up towards the sky. Use every inhale to lengthen your head forward. Use an exhale to draw the navel center in and reach the left fingers a little higher towards the ceiling. Staying for a deep breath in, a full breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale, and one more exhale. Peaceful warrior, bending your right knee and lifting your right arm up and back. It's like a side bend towards the back of the space. Big breath in. Using an exhale, take both of your hands down to the ground, framing your front foot. Step to downward facing dog. Switching sides, left foot steps forward to the top of your mat. Coming up for warrior two, right heel comes down to the ground. Press into your feet as you rise your bodies upright. Once again, soften a bend in your left knee. Take the shoulders on top of your hips. Open the chest, looking forward. Full breathings in. Deep exhales out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time. Breathe in. And full breath out. Inhale to lengthen your left leg. Triangle pose, stretching your left hand forward, then down as your right arm reaches up to the sky. Stacking the shoulders, once again breathing in to expand. Exhaling to lengthen. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more time. Full breath in. And full breath out. Peaceful warriors, your inhale to rise. Left knee bends, left arm lifts all the way up and back. And then as you exhale, both hands come down to the ground, framing your front foot. Stepping back to down dog. And then coming into a child's pose. Knees float to the earth. Hips reach back towards your heels. For this child's pose, you might take your arms long forwards towards the front of the space, but in order to give the shoulders a break, you might take your arms back by your sides, and then allow the arms to come a little closer towards your thighs as you fold down towards the ground. Taking a deep breath in, a full breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, big breath in, and big breath out. Reaching your arms forwards towards the front of the space, take a look forwards towards the front of your mat. Using your next inhale, slide onto your belly so that your chest lands in between your palms. Go ahead and take your arms wide towards the right and left sides of the space. So open the arms fully towards the right and left. And see if you can scoot your right fingers a little farther to the right, left fingers a little farther towards the left, just so that you can stretch your arms as wide as you can. It's almost like you're hugging the floor. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Leaving your right arm extended out towards the right, slide your left hand underneath your left shoulder. And then press into your left palm so that you can roll onto the right side of your body. This is going to be a big shoulder stretch for that right side. So if it feels too intense, you can just ease off of the pressure on your left hand. You can feel free to keep your ankles stacked here. You might bend your left knee and step the sole of your left foot to the earth behind your back body. That's going to make the opening of the shoulder a little bit more intense, but if it feels appropriate, it's okay to do. Staying for a full breath in, a full breath out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Good, everybody slide your legs so that the toes are in the same line. Come to roll back onto your bellies. And then take your arms by your sides with your palms face up towards the sky. Reaching your head forward, reaching your toes back. Begin to lift your hearts away from the ground, coming into a pose called locust pose or shalabhasana. So the arms, the legs, and the heart rise away from the ground. And it's okay if you don't lift very high. Staying for a big breath in, a big breath out. Hug your shoulder blades together, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, big breath in. Exhale to lower your bodies all the way down to the mat. Turn your cheek to one side, shimmy your hips from side to side. Take an inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, Again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, Lower your forehead back down to the earth. Once again, stretch your arms wide towards the right and left sides of the space. I'm going to turn around so you can see better on this side. And then your left arm's going to stay extended out towards the left. Take your right hand under your right shoulder. Press into that right hand to roll onto the left side of your body. Once again, your hips, ankles can stay stacked here. You might step the sole of your right foot to the ground behind your left thigh. And then everybody's breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, full breath in, and full breath out. Sliding your legs to meet, rolling back onto your bellies. Take your arms by your sides, palms face up, head reaches forward, toes reach back. Begin to lift away from the ground once again for locust pose. This time you might interlace your fingers behind your back body, drawing the shoulder blades together, and then breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in, and breathing out. Lower yourselves down to the earth, turn your cheek to the other side, and just shimmy the hips to release your lower back. Take a big breath in through the nose. Hum it out. Again, breathing in. Beautiful, everyone. Take your forehead down to the ground. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and press back to child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees and roll your bodies all the way upright. Now, for those of us that have sensitive knees, I really recommend taking a blanket underneath your knees for this next part. Separate your thighs and knees about a block's worth of distance, and then pressing the tops of your feet against the earth, rise your hips away from your heels, rise the arms up to the sky, open your chest. As you exhale, wrap your fingers around your shoulders, hug your bodies all the way back down to the ground like you are coming into child's pose. Inhale, press into your feet, rise up, open your hearts. Exhale, fingers wrap around the shoulders, hug your bodies down to the ground. Inhaling and exhaling in this manner, as many times as feels appropriate, moving at a pace that feels appropriate to your bodies. And this is a technique that is called breath of joy. The heart space is a place where we feel and show joy. So if there's any joy in your bodies, this is an opportunity to show it off. And if joy is something that is escaping us at the moment, this is an opportunity to ask for joy. A few more inhales and exhales, rising and falling, opening the space of the heart. Beautiful. Drawing your hips back directly onto your heels and taking the palms over the space of the chest. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, everyone. From here, we're going to find our way into a restorative heart opening position known as a supported fish pose. To come into our supported fish pose, we are going to use all of our props. We're going to take one of our blocks at a long middle section, and that block is going to be in between our shoulder blades when we lay down. So this block is going to go lengthwise in between your shoulder blades. The second block is going to go at its highest setting, and that block is going to support the back of your head. So head block goes in front of the shoulder block. You are going to turn your bodies so that you're facing away from your blocks so that you can recline onto the blocks. The blanket is going to be to cover the space of the heart. Heart opening can feel really vulnerable, so some cushion or some weight on your chest might actually help you to find an internal opening without feeling too vulnerable and too exposed. So we're going to tunnel ourselves so that as we recline onto the blocks, the long block is going to go in between the shoulder blades, and the tall block is going to go underneath the head. Your blanket's going to go right on top of your pelvis or on top of your heart, any place that might need a little bit of extra weight to find stillness. And then you're going to go ahead and either take your arms long by your sides, or take your palms to the hip creases, letting let the elbows get a little bit heavy towards the earth underneath you. Taking a full breath in, and a full breath out. And though this shape might not be the most comfortable, it is very beneficial to help draw the shoulder blades together, open the heart in the front body, and help us to find the expanse of the chest. That means we're not closing off our hearts. full breath in. And a full breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bending your knees, step the soles of your feet down to the ground. And then really carefully, using your hands to help you, roll off of the props onto your side body. Give yourself a moment or two to adjust to that block not being in between your shoulder blades. And then carefully begin to press yourselves upright to a seat. Allow your hands to come back to your lotus mudra shape at the heart center. And then with the eyes closed or the gaze soft, just allow the petals of your lotus mudra to open as far as your heart has opened within this practice. Noticing as we scan through our bodies, anything that might feel different from how you felt when this practice began. Directing our focus inwards towards the intention to strengthen or open the space of the heart. In order to close this practice with gratitude for our time together, for our energies merging, we're going to close out with the sound of Yam, the Bija mantra of the fourth chakra. Taking a full breath in. Yam. Taking your hands over the space of the heart. Full breath in. And full breath out. Thanks everyone for joining in this practice of heart chakra opening or heart chakra awareness. If you have questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for being a part of this community. Thank you. Namaste.